Welcome back, guys, to our December to Remember series on making it through the holidays, navigating the social requirements of the holidays, and just getting through December. I'm going to piggyback a little bit off of the most recent video that Lisa did on blood sugar, but I'm going to look at this from the cortisol perspective. So Lisa mentioned that stress can trigger your blood sugar to go up. And in a previous video, I talked about how stress can make you crave things, particularly those comfort foods that raise our blood sugar. In order to understand this a little bit more, it's important that you understand that when you're stressed out, there's two hormones that you secrete, adrenaline and cortisol. As a result, blood glucose gets released into the bloodstream, or glucose gets released into the bloodstream, because that's your body's primary source of fuel. So when you're stressed and your body thinks that it has to flee the situation, right? Remember, fight or flight, it's ready, it's amped up to fight or run away. And so glucose surges in the body, your blood sugar gets elevated as a defense mechanism. It's there to protect you. Only when we're not running away and we're not fighting and there's no physical altercation from the stress that we're feeling because we're internalizing stress, then what ends up happening is it causes a war between the glucose and the insulin in your body, leading to hormonal issues, leading to weight gain, leading to cravings. And that's why it's so difficult sometimes when you're stressed to feel like you can control what you're eating. I want you to think about what the first thing is that you usually reach for when you're stressed. I know my old go-to used to be ice cream. It's important that when you have that stressful feeling and that craving for sugar or starchy foods comes on, grab something that is going to be turned into fuel versus stored as fat. That means that if you have sugar, that's going to be stored as abdominal fat. And that can be very hard to get rid of. In addition to which, cortisol increases abdominal weight, increases weight gain overall, and makes you crave more sugar, eat more, gain more weight. It's a vicious cycle. So instead, if what you reach for is something that is high in protein and has some good animal fat, you're going to reduce the cortisol in your body, alleviate the craving, and be able to get control of that hormone cycle. Some of the fat bombs that we talk about in some of the classes are really beneficial here because they're high protein, moderate fat, but slightly sweet snacks. So they feel like a treat. They satisfy that emotional response that requires sugar or makes you think you do. But because they're high in protein and fat, they actually reduce the cortisol, lower the estrogen, lower the insulin response, and make it so that you don't continue to crave. So breaking that cycle becomes something that you can be acutely aware of and have a lot of control over. In addition to which, when we're stressed, we're more likely to eat emotionally. We're more likely to eat things that are easily accessible, like fast foods and snacky type things. You'll also exercise less when you're more busy and more stressed. And you're more apt to actually skip meals, which means when you do eat, you likely overeat. Also, when you're stressed, you sleep less. This becomes a vicious cycle of stress and weight gain. So, a couple things I want you to do. Pay attention to what Debbie's talking about in terms of exercise, because exercising helps break that cycle. Eat healthier foods instead of comfort foods, and when you need to, go ahead and grab one of those fat bombs. If you search fat bomb in Bedrock Nation, if you're one of our clients, several recipes will come up. And if you need those and you're not one of our clients, please reach out to us and we'd be happy to get you some recipes for things that you could have on hand, leave in your refrigerator, grab when you need them. Those are very valuable tools. Practice mindful eating, meaning be aware of what you're eating, why you're eating, and when you're eating. If you're eating just because you're bored or you're eating just because you're stressed, instead try to have something to drink. Improve your hydration. Drink the Ketorade or the Hydrate so that your electrolytes go up. That's going to help you feel more satiated, and you will realize that you're not actually hungry. Keep a journal. Write down what you're grateful for. This has become massively important to me over the past several months. Is every night, because I'm overwhelmed and frustrated, I like to write down a list of 10 things I'm grateful for. And sometimes that's challenging at the end of the day to come up with 10 things you're grateful for when it hasn't been a great day. Sometimes they're comical. Sometimes I involve the kids in helping me decide what it is I'm grateful for. But that practice of journaling gratitude every night completely changes your mindset. And then incorporate things that are stress relieving. And that's where Julie and Kim's series on self-care and being more emotionally in tune with how you feel is going to become so valuable to you. So I hope that those things are helpful. I hope it helps you build out a strategy through the rest of the month for getting through the holidays. And I'm actually going to cut a second video right now on doing navigating parties, because I think that there's going to be a lot of social gatherings coming up soon that we are all going to need to navigate. And so that's my next topic. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Have a great one.